One down.
There's one on me.
That's two on me.
Nice team. This guy's really low.
That was down. That was ready. One on me.
That was shit.
Oh, I got that up.
What was that?
I'm right here. Get this cat, this bulwark. He's low. One down.
One's dead.
That was low. Good shit. Get the cat in the back. He's dead. Two.
So actually, two bar, bro.
This one is dead. He's dead.
Backside. Really low in the back left there.
He's on me. He flanked.
I see him. Fuck. Yeah, that destroyed me. One more notice. Or two more, sorry.
Mortar? Oh, hell no.
You definitely make it, bro.
Fucking mortar.
Oh, he's picking up. No. You can push it. Oh, nice left side.
Oh, that mortar's on your thumb.
You're so low, man.
Got him.
Hey, clutched it. Oh, shit. Look at mine. The enemy.
Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy DeadEyeLotus, and I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Today I got a banger of a build for you guys, my main assault rifle build. I've been having tons of my clan members and my friends just asking me, what's the setup I run for this build, what are the attributes, the pieces, all that good stuff. Today I'm about to break it down, look no further. But before I get into the build, please do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe and join the Lotus family, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, for real. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this is the build, guys, my main assault rifle build that I have been using since TU 10.1. This is my main setup that I've been running since the day InSync first launched, and I've just fell in love with it. Has never let me down, always been there for my most amount of damage that I needed, my go-to build. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before I get into the class and the weapon of choice, I want to showcase the 6 main pieces. First one is a Grupo Sombra. You need that 1-piece crit hit damage bonus. Mine has a blue core attribute on top for the God roll crit damage and chance on the bottom with 11.9 mod. Second brand set you need is the Fenris Group AB. Mine's are triple God roll with the 12.0 crit damage mod. Talent on the bottom is spotter, obviously. Amplifies total weapon and skill damage by 15% to all post enemies. Third brand set you need is the Providence Defense. You need 3 pieces of these. First one for me is the holster. Second is the backpack. And the third is the gloves. Now the last piece you really need that just kind of adds the cherry and the icing on the cake for your damage is the Fox's Prayer. This target out of cover, guys, just does so much damage. Like it's so good. Like I've done a testing previously where I even had the contractors with it, and I actually just recently modified this build without the foxes, and I had like a bellstone in there just to add some armor regen, but I decided to take it out and just go for full damage on this one again. And I've done a testing with foxes and contractors, just swapping between those two because it's hard to have both in there without sacrificing your third piece of Providence for the crit hit damage, which is absolutely needed, and your Fenris you can't take out, and your Grupo, so you can only be left with one, right? Either foxes or contractors. So I've done the testing of both comparison, and the Fox's Prayer does more damage towards your second round of the mag. It tends to scale upwards, whereas the contractors does more burst initial damage and stabilizes afterwards. So for me, the long-term run of having more increased damage as you hit more of that second round mag is a lot more beneficial and worth it for the trade-off. So yeah, I love to run 3 blues with this. For me, it's the perfect sweet spot of having the survivability and not being too squishy, not too tanky as well, because the more blues you have, you just sacrifice more weapon damage, right? And 15% critical, or sorry, weapon damage is a lot. It does about 200,000 worth of PvE damage. So, you know, you're kind of getting the trade-off of how much damage you want to retain and survivability. For me, I like running 3 blues just because it's in that sweet spot for me. But you can run it however way you want. The weapon of choice for me, guys, if you guys have not used this weapon by now, you have to. It is the FAL. Highly recommended. Just simply because of the accuracy, the stability, and although you can see it has a 40 round mag compared to other weapons like the Carbine 7, which is also really good, a favorite assault rifle of mine. But for this build alone, I always use the FAL because it hits so hard, pound for bullet. Like the 650 RPM for the stabilization and the accuracy that it gives you is just so worth it for the initial burst damage of in sync and target out of cover. It's just so good, guys. If you haven't tried it out, try it out. Just let me know how you guys love it. I know it's gonna seem a little weird at first, just having 10 less rounds, but trust me, those 40 round window of a time span, you're gonna one clip almost any player. It's just that strong. Backpack talent is Vigilance. I love running the perfect Vigilance, the Gift Providence name piece for that extra second. That's the only difference. The normal is 4 seconds. The perfect talent is 3 seconds, so 1 extra second. And my secondary is the Eagle Bearer, guys, for no other reason, simply because I love the exotic. And I hardly even use it ever since I got it from the Dark Hours raid. So I'm just trying to use it a little bit more often, whenever I can. Yeah, so let's talk about the skills. Skills is the Crusader Shield, obviously. Best way to proc in sync. Just whoop it out and just fire your first bullet, and boom, you are within in sync. Second skill, now this one is really up to you, but I highly recommend using the decoy, because you gotta think about this build for a sec, right? Like your job, you're maining this weapon as an assault rifle. You're not playing too close with an SMG nor a shotgun, and neither are you too far away with a marksman rifle. You're within that 15-meter medium gap range, right? What the assault rifle does its best. So what's the best way to retain vigilance, right? Not losing that, not disabling that 25% damage buff, and also not getting shot at too hard? The answer is the decoy. The decoy takes the nameplate off of you and puts it onto the decoy, making yourself like a ghost. I like to call this like the ninja assassin build. You turn to a ninja, you're like Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. You're infiltrating the base, you're prone, no one knows that you're nearby, and you're shooting people in the head, right? That's what this skill helps you become. It takes the nameplate off of you, make you a ghost, and you can flank people on the side, on their rear, and even if they spot you, you can just beam for the head, because the FAL is so accurate. So whatever the case may be, your play style, just try to stay within that 15-meter radius and just kind of move with the assault rifle. Move with the build. Don't stay too close. Don't stay too far either, obviously. And just do what this build does best. And if you retain all the damage numbers, vigilance, and just kind of having the right positioning of yourself, you will do a lot of good damage with this build, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. If you guys enjoyed it, you find it helpful, please do me a favor and smash this like button and subscribe. Join the Lotus family. It's gonna help me increase my channel a lot further, and of course through that I can help bring you more Division 2 content videos for you guys, more builds coming soon, more PvP gameplay, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Lotus out.